welcome to Take20. I'm Dr. Trey Duke, the Director of Schools here in Murfreesboro City.
And hi, I'm Maria Johnson in my new role as Director of Human Resources for Murfreesboro City Schools. The 2023 school year has begun with great expectations. Our teachers, students, and staff are hard at work to create a year of learning, growth, and celebrations. Each school day begins across the district with morning meetings. It's a time for our teachers and students to talk about the day ahead, to set expectations for learning and for character. So let's begin with one of my favorite books for morning meetings. This can be done at home or at school. The book is called Have You Filled a Bucket Today?
That really is a great choice when you're thinking about books to use for morning meetings. It encourages kindness among our children. So let's go to Miss Sherry. She's ready to read.
Thanks, Dr. Duke. You know, I am so excited about the start of a new school year. I know lots of friends that are going to be going to a new school, and they're so excited about meeting new people and seeing friends. And then there's some of us that are going to school for the very first time and might be a little anxious and not sure and sometimes a little nervous. I know I can get nervous about situations like that. But today I have a book that can help us thinking about ways that we can show kindness to each other. Parents, a lot of times in schools, we do morning meetings where we really work on being kind to each other. And so this is a great book titled, Have You Filled Your Bucket Today? That would be great to share at home as well as in our classrooms. So let's get started. All day long, everyone in the whole wide world walks around carrying an invisible bucket. You can't see it, but it's there. You have a bucket. Each family member has a bucket. Your grandparents, friends, and neighbors all have buckets. Everyone carries an invisible bucket. Your bucket has one purpose only. Its purpose is to hold your good thoughts and good feelings about yourself. You feel happy and good when your bucket is full, and you feel sad and lonely when your bucket is empty. Other people feel the same way too. They're happy when their buckets are full, and they're sad when their buckets are empty. It's great to have a full bucket, and this is how it works. Other people can fill your bucket and you can fill theirs. You can fill your own bucket too. So how do you fill a bucket? You fill a bucket when you show someone love, when you say or do something kind, or even when you give someone a smile. That's a bucket filler. Okay, so we're going to skip ahead a few pages and see what are some tips on how we can fill each other's buckets. Here are some ideas for you. You could smile and say hi to the bus driver. He has a bucket too. You could invite a new kid at school to play with you. You could write a thank you note to your teacher. You could tell your grandpa that you like spending time with him. There are many ways to fill a bucket. Bucket filling is fun and easy to do. It doesn't matter how young or old you are. It doesn't cost money. It doesn't take much time. And remember, you can fill someone else's bucket if you fill your own bucket too. You know, this is such a great book for both big and small people. And I know that this school year, you are going to have lots of opportunities to fill other people's buckets. Remember in the book, it gave some great tips. Say hi to the bus driver. Say hi to the cafeteria worker. Say hi to your teacher every morning. And if you're really excited, you can even write him a thank you note. I know when I was in the classroom as a teacher, I always loved saying good morning to my students first thing. And my former students, when they would see me in the hallway and say hi, it just made my day. So I challenge you to say hi to teachers and even friends that you may not know. If you see them sitting alone in the cafeteria, go over and sit by them and say hello to them. If they're not playing with anyone at recess, go and invite them to come and play with you. Because remember, you're filling the bucket even when you don't know that you are. I hope that everyone has a great school year. It's going to be the best yet. And remember, keep reading. And now, back to you, Miss Johnson.
I really love that book and our morning meetings.
Sometimes we just need to make time to talk to our students and our own families about the easy way to make someone else's day. We also take time to talk to our students and teachers about dealing with frustration and nervousness.
That's right, and Miss Amanda has a few ideas to share with students.
Thanks, Maria. And right now I have Bree with me. Bree, thanks for joining me. I wanted to talk to you about going back to school. How are you feeling?
I'm nervous, but a little bit excited.
I'm so happy that you're excited, but how about I help you with some of those nervous feelings? That sound good? Tell me, what are you feeling nervous about?
I'm nervous about making some new friends at school.
Bree, I bet there's some other kids that are feeling nervous about making new friends too. So let's talk about that. What have you ever noticed when you go back to school? Are there some other kids that maybe are sitting alone or don't have someone to play with?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you could think about being a friend to them. Here we are outside, when you're outside at recess, walk up to those kids and say, hey, do you want to play a game? Do you want to come and sit and talk? What are some of your favorite things to talk about, Bree?
I like playing softball and really just talking about what we're interested in.
That's great, Bree. I guarantee you there are other kids out there that like softball and would love to share what they're interested in as well. So, let's go back to that feeling of nervousness. Are you feeling a little bit better?
Yeah.
Okay, but how about we do something else? Let's try taking some deep breaths. Whenever we have strong feelings, could be nervousness, could be sadness, even anger, it helps to take some deep breaths to calm our mind and our body down. Would you like to learn?
Okay.
All right, well, let's first do it together. So you're gonna breathe in through your nose and then out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Perfect. So whenever you're doing that, you're gonna notice that your belly moves and your shoulders move. That means you're taking a really good deep breath. How about we try with a flower and a pinwheel?
Okay.
Here you go. You can hold the flower in one hand and the pinwheel in the other. So this will help you remember when you're taking those deep breaths that it's like smelling a flower and blowing on a pinwheel. Great job, Bree. Thank you for taking some deep breaths with me. That's a very helpful tool, but I've got one more. How about a stress ball? Stress balls are great for when you're feeling frustrated, angry, or even nervous and a little stressed. So give this one a try. Squeeze it real hard. Feels pretty good to squeeze that stress ball, doesn't it? You could even try using it where you take a deep breath when you squeeze it and then let it out. Well, thanks, Bree, for helping us share some tools with kids at home.
Thank you for teaching me some coping skills for when I'm stressed.
Well, that's a wrap, everybody. I'm going to send it back to Dr. Duke.
I love the way our school counselors and social workers bring ideas and strategies to our students and our staff. Things as simple as deep breathing and planning ahead, they really make a difference.
Do you have a favorite stress reliever?
In fact, I do. I really like the 5-finger breathing method. It goes something like this. Inhale as we trace up with your fingers, and exhale as we trace down. Inhale as we trace up, exhale as we trace down. It really gives me a sense of calmness. So, while we're doing our deep breathing, let's go meet one of our first graders in her dad's classroom.
Thanks, Dr. Duke. My name is Rayshawn Torres, and I'm a 3rd grade teacher at Irma Elementary, and I am here with my lovely daughter, Daphne Torres, and we are so excited to start school this week. Are you excited?
Yes.
What are you excited about?
I'm so excited about my new friends.
Your new friends? You got new friends already?
No, I'm gonna wait for it.
But you're gonna make some new friends?
Yes.
Okay. What else are you excited about for this year?
My new teacher.
Your new teacher?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you get a new teacher already?
I don't know.
Are there any other things you're looking forward to this year?
I really, really love gym.
Okay. Are you nervous about coming back to school this week?
No.
No? Well, you know what? There are some friends that might be a little nervous about coming back to school. You think maybe we could help them?
Yeah.
I bet we could help them by giving them maybe some tips or some advice on how to not be so nervous. What do you think?
Maybe we can make friends that can help us.
Okay, so that's some good advice. What are some other tips that we can give some of our friends who might be nervous?
We can probably smile
Why should they smile?
because it makes you nice and kind.
Oh, it makes you look nice and kind. Okay, and is it important to be nice and kind?
Yes.
I bet if you look nice and kind, you can probably make friends easier, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Is there any other advice that we can give to our friends who might be nervous?
Look for people that they know.
That's a good idea. So you talked about going to the gym. Are there any other places in the school that you think are really special and important?
Oh yes, I love the cafeteria.
Oh my goodness. So let's give our friends at home some advice about the best way to act in the cafeteria. What are some
Well,
tips
you
for them?
definitely don't shout,
We definitely do not shout. Why is that?
or else the lunch lady says they're gonna turn the lights off.
Ooh, we don't want that.
Yeah.
So what are some other tips for the cafeteria?
You definitely don't play with your food.
Don't play with your food.
It's very disgusting.
Good advice, good advice. Do you have some things that you can tell the new kindergartners who are coming in?
You don't interrupt your teacher.
Okay.
You don't stand on your chair.
Don't stand on your chair.
And do not mess up the bathroom.
Oh my goodness, don't mess up the bathroom. Do you know I'm still teaching that lesson to third graders?
Really?
Yes, it's a tough one to learn, apparently. All right, is there anything else we can tell our kindergartners? What should they do with their hands and feet?
Keep them to yourself.
So Daphne, what would you tell those kindergartners who may not know how to find the bathroom or their supplies or the cafeteria or other important places or things? Who's a good person to ask when they need help?
You know, a teacher and a friend.
Teachers and friends, and maybe other adults too, right? Okay, I think that's great advice. All right, Daphne, do you have any other advice for all of our friends?
Just to have fun.
All right, back to you, Mrs. Johnson.
Oh my, now that's a child that's ready for school and perhaps a future in broadcasting.
So we've learned how to fill someone's bucket, how to meet and be a friend, and a few stress relievers for the year ahead.
Let's finish up with one of my favorite locations, the music room at Scales. It's fun to see what instruments are being introduced to students in the music room this fall.
Welcome everybody. It's a brand new school year. We are so excited to have you. My name is Mr. Stewart.
My name is Mr. Hartman, and we're going to introduce some of the instruments that you'll be using in music classes this year.
Well, you know, some of the instruments that we have, we carry around with us wherever we go.
You mean there's an instrument that we have always?
Always, no matter where you go.
What instrument is it?
It is our instrument of voice.
The voice. Well, the voice is great for singing songs like this one. I don't care if the rain comes down, I'm gonna dance all day. I don't care if the rain comes down, I'm gonna dance all day. Hey, hey, carry me away, I'm gonna dance all day. Hey, hey, carry me away, I'm gonna dance all day.
I don't care if the rain comes down, I'm gonna dance all day. I don't care if the rain comes down, I'm gonna dance all day. Hey, hey, carry me away, I'm gonna dance all day. Hey, hey, carry me away, I'm gonna dance all day. Well, you know, Mr. Stewart, one of my favorite instruments to play in the music room is the xylophone and the metallophone. Now, what I love about the metallophone, these bars, well, they're made of metal, and that's why we call it the metallophone. Here's how it sounds. You'll notice a bright, ringing sound. And you'll notice that the xylophone has a different timbre or a different sound.
Wow. Shall we play a song together?
Let's do it.
After you.
All right.
This instrument is the clarinet. And just look at all these buttons and keys you get to push. Now, these band class instruments are reserved for our 6th grade students here in Murfreesboro City Schools. They have earned the opportunity to learn these special instruments. With band instruments, you can play in the marching band, the jazz band. You could even play in rock and roll bands with these instruments, and they're so exciting. This instrument has a little piece of wood on the back called a reed, and that's how we know it's a part of the woodwind family, and it sounds like this.
Wow. You know, speaking of marching bands, I always recall seeing this instrument in the marching band.
Yes.
And this isn't a different family. It's called the brass family. That kind of makes sense based upon what it's made of and how you play it. But this particular instrument is called a trumpet. And I notice it doesn't have a reed like yours. It has a mouthpiece.
Yes, and with that mouthpiece, you're going to buzz your lips like you're making an elephant sound. Why don't you try it into the horn?
All right.
Well, these are some of the instruments that we're going to get to play this year at school. Back to you at the Control Center.
Bye-bye.
I can't wait to hear all the concerts that are going to be happening across our district this school year.
Well, that's another episode. For now, thank you for watching Take 20, and be sure to get your child to school every day.
That's right, because in Murfreesboro City Schools, every day matters. Our teachers are introducing new ideas each day that relate to the previous day's learning. If a child is absent, they miss important information that's hard to recover. So thank you for making school attendance a priority in your house. And thank you for making sure all of our students, teachers, and staff members in MCS are known, safe, challenged, and empowered. We'll see you soon.